All right, they're calling this one an electric screwdriver. We have different Phillips, Torx bits. We have a star bit there, hex, and looks like a flathead. We'll take a look. Here are the specs in the back if you guys want to pause and take a look. And yeah, let's just go ahead and see what this electric multi-tool is all about. They have some very specific multi-tools, which is very interesting. And so let's take a look here. We have a nice, this is a nice little pill shape zipper pouch, right? Looking good so far. Good unboxing experience. And then we open her up here, and okay, there's a multi-tool. It's looking a little bit of a chunker, right? We'll get to that in a second. Is that a USB-C port? Holy smokes. Okay, this is getting more and more interesting here as we go. We have actually a cable here. We have, this is a USB-A to USB-C. I'm assuming for charging purposes. We're about to find out more about that in a second. And then we have, I want to say, a yellow sleeve here with a whole bunch of bits of all kinds. Some flatheads, some Torx, some Phillips, some star shape, all that good stuff we looked at on the outside of the box. Some nice little rubber, little housing for all of them. The Nextool branding right there in the front. It's not everything. Yes, we got some paperwork, the user manual, and some silica gel in there. So good unboxing experience. We'll keep this guy handy around here in case we miss anything. We'll come back and double check for reference. All right, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we even start? I know we have a whole lot of tools on this side, and I know obviously it's going to be, I want to say, a pliers. So we're going to get to those in a moment. But the child inside of me says, hey, we got an open down button. We already saw USB-C charging port right there. What is this up and down for? Well, that is epic. So this is like an electric screwdriver. That is insane. We definitely have to test that out. Let's go with the Phillips bit here. And that is crazy. So let's put it to the test here, right? I got the Kizer Drop Bear 3 fixed blade. Recently did an overview on this one in the channel. I was pointing out how this screw sometimes is a little bit loose. And you can tighten it up or loosen it up so you can adjust the tension here going in and out of the sheath. And so I want to see if I can loosen up this screw. I'm going to go, okay, this one is lefty, lefty-loosey. All right, there you go. It did the job. Let's go righty-tighty. Nice. Oh, man, oh, man. Now, I got to tell you, Nextool does not cease to impress me. I'll tell you what. I don't own an electric screwdriver, but I have been eyeing a few, especially during the holiday seasons here, because, you know, the convenience of just being able to tighten up something, just avoid a whole lot of hand twisting back and forth, is definitely a perk. And so, yeah, this is right off the bat, we are off to an amazing start. Of course, we have a great selection of different bits to choose from. Obviously, it makes sense now where you would charge this guy. I'm sure maybe a light here will indicate when you need to charge this bad boy up. Loving the outside. Looks like we have aluminum scales here. You gotta absolutely love the fit and the finish here, right? We got like an X going on here with some milling lines. Good aluminum scales going on. Let's go ahead and just get it open here. Bam, there we go. Of course, you got your big old plier head. Very similar to, I want to say the same size. We'll do some size comparisons later. Pretty similar size to the Flagship Pro, like some of the bigger pliers from Nextool. We, of course, have wire cutters that are replaceable right there on the head. Love to see that. Obviously, that's going to add a lot more life to the tool down the road since you will be able to replace those. And of course, now that we're inside, right, we have some more details about the model number, right? We can see some specs about the battery. There's a model right there, the voltage and all that. Of course, made in China. And then we have a 230 milliamp battery. So it's not the biggest battery in the world by any stretch, but it definitely will get the job done. No doubt about it. That's good to see. And aside from that party trick, right, let's just kind of get to some of the other tools. So for this handle, right, that's mainly it, I'm assuming. We got the driver, right, electric screwdriver with the controls, with the charging port, specification details, but all the other goodies are going to be on the outside of the opposite handle. So starting right here with, here we go, with the blade. Okay, that's going to be a locking blade. The answer is yes, and it's going to be a liner lock. So check that out. Okay, so locking blade. I'm sorry for my friends across the pond over in the UK. So we have like a sheep's foot with a flat grind going on here. Actually, you know, being on washers and all, folds, you know, moves really smooth back and forth. Next we can get to some of these. We don't have a ton of access from the outside. That would be maybe the only thing if I really had to nitpick. It's just being able to get some of these out. Here we go. it's been happening a few times. I'm hitting the controls accidentally, so that might be something you want to be mindful of. Here is your, looks like a can opener. Could also be a bottle opener as well. Pretty standard, right? These are going to be non-locking, right? Only the knife gets a liner lock. Next, we got this guy. This is going to be like a pry bar, right? Also can be a flathead if you wanted to in a pinch, but mostly a pry bar. And I got to give them kudos, right? Because they still gave you a Phillips head right here. Maybe the bolt you're trying to loosen up is a little too tight. You don't want to force the motor, right? Maybe use this guy to loosen up the bolt first, and then obviously use the electric one to finish off the job. So that's good that that's included there. So you still have a actual physical flathead and Phillips head. And to finish things off, we got a good old pair of scissors right here. So let's go ahead and test those out really quick. Oh yeah, definitely cutting there pretty good. And they also have the little bend portion right here, which makes it pretty comfortable, right, when operating. So not the biggest scissors I've seen, but these will get the job done, of course. No doubt about it. Folding them in place. I like how everything just sits really, really flush. And kind of going back to the pliers here. The good thing with the pliers is the buttons are going to be facing inward, so you can actually comfortably put all the pressure you want on the handles. That's not going to be a problem. You do have, I want to say, one of the longest handle to plier ratio I've seen on any multi-tool, right? Heavy duty pliers head multi-tool for that matter. So that's a pro as well. And then the other thing, of course, you're going to have on the pliers, you're going to have the fine needle nose plier section, right? You're going to have the regular plier teeth there as well. We talked about the wire cutters, but this area right here, they're calling a hard wire cutter. So you could do some regular wire cutting there or some hard wire cutting in this area right there. And you can do some stranded wire cutting in this area back here. And aside from that, I think we pretty much cover every single feature. Let's just go ahead and bring the user manual here so you guys can take a look just for reference in case I miss anything. All right, there's everything that's included there. You guys are welcome to take a look, pause the video. Now, one thing I noticed, again, this is more of an observation. As far as the knife goes, it's always going to be a two-hand affair, right? Some other multi-tools have it so you can access the blade from the outside, and maybe with your thumb, you can slow roll it and open it that way, but not the case here. The blade tucks in completely into the handle, and so the only way to do it is with both hands, get at the opening hole, right, with your nail, and then just open it that way. So it kind of has a little bit of a slip joint vibe, but obviously without a back spring because you are using a liner lock here, like we talked about earlier. And in case you're curious, the lock up there is going to be around, I don't know, you guys be the judge there, 40% or so. So it's going to be a liner lock on the right-hand side as compared to the left-hand side. So lefties will be pretty accustomed to the liner lock being on that side for sure, but for righties, just a slightly different experience, not a big deal at all. But yeah, these are very, very interesting to say the least. And of course, once the battery dies, obviously it'll be pretty clear, easy to recharge this guy, either with this included cable or a different USB cable. They typically recommend you use the one included in the box. As I have found, sometimes flashlights and some smaller electronics don't work with the high wattage of, say, your laptop USB-C charger or something like that. So it's always nice to use something a little bit smaller wattage. If at least that's been my experience. But anyways, yeah, USB-C is perfect, right? No micro USB-C or any of that old port tech, right? Love to see USB-C because I have USB-C cables pretty much everywhere.